Hi guys, this is a Chrysler Sebring convertible 2008 with a 2.7 motor. I recently did a coolant flush on it and I want to show you or explain to you how I did that. Hopefully it's helpful for you. So I put the car up on ramps so I get access to underneath the vehicle. Put a catch pan under there for fluid. I took that lower radiator hose you see right there, pulled that off, and that drained the radiator and the engine pretty well. It does take a while for the fluid to drain out. It'll dribble out for quite a while, so expect that to take some time to do that. Put the hose back on, filled the coolant reservoir here with coolant flush, Prestone coolant flush, and I've got pretty good water here, so I filled it with garden hose water. Filled this up, started the engine, opened up this bleeder valve here. You put a wrench around this larger nut, open this up, and this lets air out of your system. So I let it run till it heated up and the thermostat opened. You'll see the coolant level start to drop in the reservoir. Keep filling that up, keep it full. This will let air out and it'll start spitting and sputtering fluid out, and eventually when all the air's out, steady fluid will be coming out of here. Make sure your heater is on high temperature and check your vents to make sure that you have hot air coming out of the vents. If you don't have hot air coming out, you still got air in the system. So the best thing to do would be to get a clear tube that comes off this little nipple into some type of container, like a 2-liter bottle or a mason jar or something like that. That way you could catch the fluid. If you don't have that, you could just put your catch pan underneath. The fluid will run down and can go into your catch pan underneath the car. So after that's done, you can tighten that back up. Let it run a little longer if you want, 10-15 minutes. Get everything heated real well, circulating. Then you can pull the lower radiator hose again. Let that fluid drain out. Once again, it'll take a while to stop dribbling totally. I then filled this with distilled water. Did the same procedure again. Started the car, let it circulate, open the bleeder valve, let air come out, and keep filling this to keep it full. Wait till solid fluid comes out of the bleeder valve. It seems like revving the motor helped with that, made it go a lot quicker, so you might want to do that. Make sure you have heat coming out of your vents on the inside of the vehicle again to make sure that you've gotten the air out. Then you can go over the procedure one more time. Drain the fluid out down there, which seems to be pretty easy because even if it's hot, it's easy to pull that hose off and it goes right into your catch pan, so you don't have to worry about burning yourself or anything. You may have to let a little pressure off the cap, possibly, to do that. But I didn't have to wait long periods of time to let the engine cool down before I did this procedure. I did it relatively quickly. So when you're on your final regular fill, because you've ran your distilled water through it, I got the 50-50 mix of Prestone, poured it in here, opened up the bleeder valve, started the car, heat on high, let it run till the thermostat opened. Air again starts bubbling out of here. It starts spitting and sputtering fluid, and eventually regular fluid coolant starts coming out. Once you think you've gotten the air out, shut the bleeder valve closed. Check your fluid, make sure it's up where it should be. Put the cap back on and you'll be good to go. So hopefully this helps.